Hello, movement makers. So I want you to move like the leader that you are. Move like the leader that you are. The women in this group and that surround me are leaders. We lead. Even when we don't want to lead, we end up leading, right? You know the story. You end up somehow being elevated to be the leader of that volunteer group at church or with the group that you're a part of, and you step up. Why? Because you see the need. You see the need and you go forward. So you have seen a need. You have seen a need, and you created a business. If you're in this group, I'm guessing and actually know that you are a Christian woman that has a business. You are a Christian woman, you have a business. And sometimes we forget that that business is much more than that. I believe it is a movement. I believe that our business, when it becomes a movement, it is so much more. And like for me, it's like this Holy Spirit, like gushing. It's like a volcano erupting. It's like a volcano erupting with my passion, my purpose, my calling, my unique gifts. I can't not do it. I can't not do it. This is what I've done. This is what I'm doing. This is what I will always do. Will the road take some different shifts? Of course it will, my friend. You're going to have potholes. You're going to have the pivot. You're going to flip and flop a little bit. All leaders have that. You are a leader. And leaders deal with things behind the scenes that you have no idea are going on. Right? They're managing the team challenges, right? They are managing the technology challenges. They are making decisions fast. CEOs make decisions fast. They are not hesitating. Why? Because hesitation kills dreams. Overthinking is not in our nature. It's not how we go to that mountaintop. It's not how we get in front of the right people. We listen, we lean in, we trust ourselves, and we go. We go. Why? Because we don't know until we go. Most of my amazing miracles and success stories have come actually from tragedies that I overcame. I rose, I stood up, I got back in the saddle. I recovered. I got the help. Yeah. I believe in some key components. I call it the brave recipe. Number 1, be real. Number 2, ask for help. And number 3, take action. And that's exactly what I've done to walk through a divorce, get sober, get remarried, etc., etc. But it's also what I've done in business. Okay, so let's peel back the layers here. So be real, be real. So I started the National Association of Christian Women Entrepreneurs because I got real. That I wanted to find my friends, my colleagues, my peers. I wanted to mastermind together. I wanted to have a safe place to share what's working. I wanted to be able to dream bigger, get closer, have access. And it did. It gave me that access. I had to walk through a lot of steps to get there, but I got there fast. Once I made the decision, I rocket shipped out the door. And I created and sold and enrolled, that's what we call it. I enrolled the women in that first year and all those years after for 7 years. So I was real about it, that I wanted that. I claimed it. I stood up in a room and I claimed that I was the CEO of the National Association of Christian Women Entrepreneurs. I stood up in a room and did that on April 20th. Our doors opened May 11th. So lickety split, my friends, lickety split. So I got really real about what I needed, desired, wanted, and what my calling was. I got really real about that. The second thing I did was I asked for help. So in order to be ready to do that, I went to an all-day conference with a coach. I invested in that. I drove there. I sat very like a good student in the class. I took my notes. But then guess what? I came home and implemented like a badass. Because I wanted to birth this thing. That's what I wanted to do. Because the dream was bigger than me. That's a movement. It was bigger than me. It wasn't just about me. It was about you. It was about you, boo. It was about me finding you at that time. This is 2010. Okay, we're 15 years ago. Celebrations don't expire. Write that down. If you hear a quote in here and it's a good one, write it down. But I want you to write down, celebrations don't expire. They don't expire. I'm still celebrating and reveling in the fact that my younger self had that audacity. I love that word. It's one of my words. I have 3 words for this year, and that's one of them. That my younger self just went forward. She did it. She was leading. She was making a movement, and she didn't even know it. She didn't even know it. But I asked for the help, right? I hired my first VA. Yeah, in 2009, I hired my very first VA. I had that coach, and I enrolled in her 1-year coaching program to help me navigate leading an association, leading a membership. And I went every single time that we had a Q&A on the phone, right? There was no Zoom. On the phone, I'm on there, dialed in, listening, asking my questions, being coachable. I was coachable. I was really coachable. I am really coachable. I hope you are too. If you're in my coaching containers, you're gonna need to be 10 out of 10. What does that mean? That if you pay me to coach you, and many women do and have over all these decades now, you're basically saying, yes, Diane, I want to be coached. That means 10 out of 10, that I'm going to tell you the truth. And sometimes you're not going to like me, right? I'm friends with a lot of my clients, but there's friend mode and there's coach mode, and I need to be able to switch in and out of those at various times and opportunities, because I need to be able to laser focus in hot seat style and say, hey, wait a minute, boo. Wait a minute. Wait a split second there, because we kind of divert, right? We chase the shining objects. The bunny is out there. The squirrels are running. I can see squirrels from my window, so it's a reminder to me all day, okay, stop chasing them and stop looking out the window. Do your work. Do the work that God has called you to do. The work that I'm called to do is unique and gifted and DNA to me. It's on the palm of my hand. It's built inside of me. So your work is going to be unique to you. Amen. So let's go back. So we've had be real, number 2, ask for help, and number 3, take action. You've heard me say it all along. I am a bold, crazy, wild action taker. Does it get me in trouble? You better believe it gets me in trouble. You better believe it gets me in trouble. But I'd rather get in trouble from taking bold action than sitting here in my seat, obsessing, researching, organizing, chat GPT. I mean, I know you can spend all day long on chat GPT, and actually you haven't put anything out to the world. You haven't made an offer. Your business is made by you solving a problem for someone else. That's what I do as a mentor. I'm solving problems, and guess what? When you solve that one problem, more problems pop up. One of my new clients is dealing with some team challenges. Her business grew 933% last year from where she started. She's pretty new in business, but she has a proven track record. And so she has different problems today than she did last year. Of course she does. Of course she does. So those are the problems we're working on now. Those are the problems that we're going to address now. Because as you evolve, your business evolves. As you age, you will have a different situation, challenges that rise up that you didn't know about before because you weren't that age. You didn't have the kids, the grandkids. You didn't have the aging parent situation. And you are going to be different. I'm in my 50s. I'm different than I was when I first started my things in my 30s. My business is launched in my 30s. Actually, if we go way back, My first entrepreneurial things started in my 20s, with my private practice as a counselor. So I'm not afraid of any of it. I have heard all the things, or actually because I've lived a wild life, I've probably done the thing, right? I've probably been there, done that, or definitely heard it, and you can't surprise me. You can't surprise me. Well, you probably can, but whatever it is, if God took you there, he's going to take you through, and your leadership skills are key and crucial. It's about being the leader that your people are looking for. There you go. So move like the leader that you are. Not if, but I know that there's many women that we've just added a lot of women into this group. I know that there's some in this group right now that are sitting there and they're on the fence, and I'm the right mentor for you. I know that because I trust myself. And I trust that the women that are called to work with me are going to raise their hand. They don't wait. They ask. They move. They take that bold action. Why? Because they have that calling that won't let them sit still. So if that's you, talking to you, send me that DM today. Why? I'm busy next week. I have my mastermind coming in. 8 women are coming in. So let's get your spot locked in, whether that's a week of coaching, a 1-day coaching experience, a 1 month, or a year. I have all of them available. Often women start with me for a month of coaching. I love it. I've done it many, many times. We kick it off. We have a month together, and then they decide which direction they want to go. Do they want to continue on that direction with one-on-one, or do they want to merge over into the mastermind? So I've got that spot for you. I'm ready. I have been in the trench, and I'm going to be in the trench with you. Let's go. Let's go. I'll see you soon.